Solasta 2 is a new tactical RPG based in the Dungeons & Dragons universe, currently in early access. If you played Baldur's Gate 3, you'll be pretty familiar with the gameplay style of Solasta 2. Top-down, turn-based combat with dice rolls, RPG character creation, and personality choices, as well as a broad world just begging to be explored. You manage a party of 4 unique characters that you customize at the beginning of the game before you officially jump in. Right now, in early access, we have 6 classes to choose from. Fighter, your well-rounded weapon specialist that can really be tailored to your preferred style of gameplay. You have Rogue, your sneaky toolbox that excels in doing hit-and-run tactics and disarming traps and opening locked doors or chests. You've got Cleric, the support-focused role that can buff and heal allies, but also versatile enough to be your frontline tank that can also deal decent damage. Wizard, the almost necessary class for min-maxing your gameplay experience. Access to so many spells that can help your party or wipe out packs of mobs with a single cast. Sorcerer, a more focused kind of spellcaster that specializes more on damaging abilities compared to the Wizard's more broad list of utility spells. And my favorite, the Paladin, who can be your frontline, deal massive damage with abilities like Divine Smite, and buff and heal allies just enough so that they can stay in the fight. Not sure if the devs plan on adding more classes at the official launch of the game, but this is definitely a good cast of classes to start with. Also, there are 13 total subclasses so far, and you can multi-class. Sorkadins, rejoice! Also, if you're enjoying the video so far, consider hitting the like button and commenting below. Comment what RPG you're looking forward to most right now, or just gas me up and tell me this is your favorite review ever. Back to the video. Like I said, this is a D&D based game, so you have stats to focus on that change depending on your class choice. You focus on charisma for paladins and sorcerers, intellect for wizards, dexterity for rogues, and so on. The character creator is decent, with good options for facial customization, but I would say the details are a little weird, and at least for me, it was hard to get a character to look just right. You have a few different hair and facial hair options that need some polish before launch. Also, the hair options feel like they don't always fit the body type or gender that you choose. For example, some of the longer hair options can make your character look a little androgynous, maybe. Not quite sure what that's about. If you want a more in-depth overview of the character creator, let me know, and I'll make a video going over those options. You also have 4 different voice options for your characters, 2 masculine and 2 feminine, which I didn't really think about when creating my party. So when dialogue happens, I have 4 different characters who could talk at any point, but they all had the same voice. This definitely felt weird and immersion breaking. I hope the devs either add more options or at least maybe like a pitch shifter so they don't sound as similar.
We had a special bond.
Well, in your own way, you were special too. You were the one who always got punished.
You were definitely looking for it. And you were always the swotty teacher's pet, weren't you? You still are. Guys, come on. It might be a day to remember old times, but don't dig up old quarrels. We know where this goes. And I suppose that's going to be my fault.
You really haven't changed that much.
All right, everyone, listen up. Let's move. The funeral is at midnight, and we still have to climb that cliff. Yes, sir.
The cutscenes are pretty good and draw you in, but again, with this being in early access, you can tell they need some polish. The facial animations don't always match up when a character is speaking, and the emotions don't translate that well. Like, sometimes it feels static, and other times it feels too animated. The combat feels good, and is probably the strongest at the moment. Physical attacks feel decent with okay feedback, but the spells feel really good and impactful. I like that they went for more of a grid layout so you can clearly see how far you can move and when you are in range of enemy units. Also, when you are moving characters, you can see clearly who is in view of that character, so you know if your spells or ranged abilities would be impeded by terrain.
this! Right, Kay. BO, you're ready. Stop this madness! She won't come back!
All in all, I'd say that so far, Solasta 2 has left me excited to jump into the full game when it launches. No official launch date as of yet, but with early access, you are able to get around 10 to 15 hours of gameplay in the first act. Do I really think that this is on par with Baldur's Gate 3? No. Does it have potential to be in the same league? I'd say yes as far as combat gameplay. As far as the storytelling, it's hard to tell at this moment. Larian's storytelling is unrivaled, in my opinion, in the current era of gaming, and if you've played BG3, you know what I mean. Should you buy early access? If you're anxious to get into a new D&D setting and just finish your 60th playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, then I'd consider it. I bought the game on Steam for 10% discount off the retail price of $39.99. The discount is temporary and runs through March 26. I'd say for that price, I'm not upset with my experience so far. I went into this believing that it couldn't compare to BG3, but it did kind of scratch that itch I've had since Larian announced their new Divinity game. Overall though, I'd say to wait and see what the devs cook up when the game officially launches. The potential is there for this to be a good D&D video game, but only time will tell. If the dev team focuses on building a good game and writing a compelling story without trying to top Larian, I think this could be a very good game.
I did everything you asked of me. Why did you take her from me?
I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe. Comment below if you've also tried Solasta 2 and what your thoughts are on it so far. Also, let me know if you're as excited as I am for the new Divinity game. Subscribe to my channel if you like my content, and check out my other videos. My name is Ant, signing off.
Trade!